Welcome back to the RepRapGuru Prusa i3 video build guide. In this video, we'll be assembling the base of the frame. In this video, we're going to need the nuts and bolts in the hardware bag for the metal frame. We're going to need the plastic parts for the frame, the motor mount, the Y idler, and the threaded rods in the bundle marked with the number 11. We're going to begin by placing washers and nuts on these two threaded rods in this order. About 2 inches down, we're going to have a washer and a nut. Then about a third of the way down, we're going to have a nut, 2 washers, and another nut. And then on the other end, 2 inches from the end, we're going to have a washer and a nut. Both rods will be identical. And then on the ends of these, we're going to place these plastic pieces here. We're going to want the smooth side facing in and the notch facing in towards the other rod. When you're done, it should look like this, and they will go like this with the smooth rods placed in those. Now we're going to assemble the Y idler part. We're going to start with the nuts and washers you see here, along with the 2 shorter threaded rods going on this end. We're going to want the Y idler in the middle, sandwiched with 2 washers and then 2 nuts. And then for both rods, about 2 inches down, you're going to want a washer on the outside and a nut on the inside. We're going to begin by placing these in the plastic parts with the idler on top, and then the other rod on the bottom. Now that you have it like that, you're going to want to put washers on the end and tighten it down with the nuts. And then these ones over here are going to go on the end of the rods. This is going to hold the plastic part on the longer rod. The placement of everything is not set in stone right now, and we're going to want to adjust everything later, so it's okay to leave it loose. In fact, that's preferable. So when you're done, the Y idler side should look like this. For this part, we're going to be mounting the Y motor mount. You're going to want the motor mount on the rods like this, with the longer rod facing the top and the indentation facing that way. Looks like this. We're doing that so that the motor is oriented properly later on. So we're going to want that on the rods with washers around it and nuts on the outside to hold it in place. And then down from the end, we're going to want a washer on the outside and a nut, just like before. We're going to begin by placing this inside of the plastic end piece. And then we're going to tighten down the outside by placing a washer first and then a nut. And then we're going to place a washer and a nut on the end of each to cap it off. Just like that. Now everything may be a little out of place, but we will position everything later once we start putting the smooth rods in and placing in the frame. Then it will be important to tighten it properly. But that's it for now. That's it for this video. In the next video, we'll be attaching the bed and then aligning the frame to fit it.